that, I might take that off the intro music playlist because that's such a fucking dope dono. We haven't seen it. Oops. We haven't seen it in forever. It's understandable. But man, that's a good one. I always forget about it till I hear that song too. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another tangential Tuesday. What's going on out there, guys? Let me take a drink of my drink first. Oh, what dono is at the 300. It's higher. It's a higher one, but that's what I like about those bigger donations. They're rare, so you don't see them as much. It's a couple of minutes. I think it's about a minute long, but it's a really cool one. I need to iron. I've been taken to biking a little bit before my workout, like actually on my bike out in the real world. And I gotta tell you, I'm just tired. I'm just tired, and my legs somehow feel like rubber and sacks of concrete at the same time. What's going on, everyone? How we doing? Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's having a lovely day out there today. I'd have to save up a bit. Don't worry about it. It's just a cool one. That is for... It's a special one, I think. I don't know. What's going on? I got laid off. Oh, I'm sorry, man. That sucks. I run Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, sprints mostly. I've been biking on a machine bike every day for like a couple of weeks. Like, fuck it, it's nice out. I want to do the outside biking. And I just got a cheap used bike off fucking Facebook, probably stolen, doesn't matter. But yeah, no, it's been fun. It's been fun. I want to do it like in the metro parks and in the parks and stuff. I don't think I'm ready for it yet, though. I think I still gotta get my bike tuned up a little bit and just kind of get more comfortable with it. If it works, it works. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm at another plateau and I don't like it. Good to see another Tucker stream for Tuesday. Well, it's only a couple of minutes of Tucker. We have the first episode. I don't know if I'm gonna get copyright fucked for this or not, but we'll see. Let's see what we got hanging out in the chat. JK, what up, Mailman Tier? Just another guy. I made that thing for you, Tier, by the way. I don't know if you were still there on Sunday. It took me a little bit. Pinky, Baba Yaga, hello. You don't need to worry about chicken legs, so I didn't worry about them before. I got tree trunk legs. Doctor, don't let the fucking bikes, don't let the fuckers bike shake you. Huh? Glad to see I can catch a stream again. Glad you're here. Hello, Meatball King, Snoot, hugs to you, Slim. Oh boy, okay, we're not going to delay too much. We already started a little bit later. So guys, smash the like button, share it out on your social media, and should you feel so inclined, Streamlabs are always appreciated. A little bit better on the insurance and all that, but still no tangible change yet. So, whatever you can do is great. We're not gonna get too much into that. Guys, let's get right to, I want to see what this first episode of Tuck is.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. This morning it looks like...
Hey, Tucker Carlson, it's Sinatra, hi.
Somebody blew up the Kakhovka Dam in southern Ukraine.
Yeah, does anybody else think that's weird that the dam got blown up just days after monetary support started waning?
Hey, wow. Boys! Look what I got here. Hey, where are the white women at?
Anybody else think that's weird? Just funny how that works. It's odd. Do me a thunk. Fastonia said first up. Thank you, Fastonia. Oh, yeah, I heard about Old Man Enfield, man. That sucks. Mrs. Enfield, if you're out there, I'm sorry for your loss. That's insane. Was he an old man? Does anyone know what happened?
The rushing wall of water wiped out entire villages, destroyed a critical hydropower plant.
Holy shit, is that where the white women at came? Yeah, it's from Blazing Saddles.
And as of tonight, puts the largest nuclear reactor in Europe in danger of melting down. So if this...
It's strange. It's just very weird. You know, monetary support is waning. Support of the monetary support is definitely waning. Oh, a dam blew up. I don't know how this could have happened. This is very odd. You guys got to give us more money. Okay, thanks. Like, what? Who do you think you're fucking fooling?
This was intentional. It was not a military tactic. It was an act of terrorism. The question is, who did it? Well, let's see. The Kakhovka Dam was effectively Russian. It was built by the Russian government. It currently sits in Russian-controlled territory. The dam's reservoir supplies water to Crimea, which has been, for the last 240 years, home of the Russian Black Sea Fleet.
Russia blew it up, clearly. I mean, who else could have done it? Russia. It's always Russia. Russia, Russia, Russia.
Blowing up the dam may be bad for Ukraine, but it hurts Russia more. And for precisely that reason, the Ukrainian government has considered destroying it. In December, the Washington Post quoted a Ukrainian general saying his men had fired American-made rockets at the dam's floodgate as a test strike.
Not only that, but how many of those rockets ended up in cartel hands? And how did they end up in cartel hands?
So really, once the facts start coming in, it becomes much less of a mystery what might have happened to the dam. Any fair person would conclude that the Ukrainians probably blew it up, just as you would assume they blew up Nord Stream, the Russian natural gas pipeline, last fall. And in fact, the Ukrainians did do that, as we know.
I think that it's just a fact now. We understand that, right?
Now, no. It's not like Vladimir Putin is anxious to wage war on himself. Oh, but that's where you're wrong, Mr. and Mrs. Cable News consumer. Vladimir Putin is exactly that sort of man, the sort of man who'd shoot himself to death in order to annoy you. We know this from the American media, which wasted...
Well, if the American media says it, it must be true. 113 to 55, terrible like ratio, guys. Terrible. Terrible, terrible.
Did no time this morning in accusing the Russians of sabotaging their own infrastructure.
Again.
Bill Kristol, the man who once told us that Saddam Hussein was responsible for 9/11, immediately denounced Putin as a war criminal and even more savagely compared him to Donald Trump. The rest of the pundit class made similar, clearly coordinated noises. Putin did it! Putin did it! And their reasoning was simple.
Russia bad?
Putin is evil, and evil people do evil things purely for the dark joy of being evil. In this specific case, Putin attacked himself, which is the most evil thing you can do.
Yeah, ham and beans. It's an involuntary reaction. Bill Kristol. Gross.
And therefore perfectly in character for a man that evil. That was their explanation. No one who's paid to cover these things seemed to entertain even the possibility it could have been the Ukrainians who did it. No chance of that. Ukraine, as you may have heard, is led by a man called Zelensky. And we can say for a dead certain fact that he was not involved. He couldn't have been. Zelensky is too decent for terrorism. Now, you see him on television.
Yeah, too decent for terrorism, but willing to get into bed with, I don't know, certain American oligarch families. It's just interesting. Very interesting.
Might form a different impression. Sweaty and rat-like, a comedian turned oligarch, a persecutor of Christians, a friend of BlackRock. But don't believe your own eyes.
Those friends of BlackRock certainly seem to be getting paid.
Actually, Mr. Zelensky is a very good man. The best, really. As George W. Bush once noted, he is our generation's Winston Churchill. Of all the people in the world, our shifty, dead-eyed Ukrainian friend in the tracksuit is uniquely incapable of blowing up a dam. He's literally a living saint, a man in whom there is no sin.
He's almost as deified as Fauci. Not quite, but almost.
That's why Lindsey Graham
This would be a great time for the $9 one to hit.
is so attracted to him. They're just two good people, hanging out together and being good. And like all good people, when they meet in person, they spend a lot of time talking about killing people and laughing like friends do. Here's the pair last week.
Free or die.
Free or die.
Now you are free,
Yes.
and we will be.
And the Russians are dying. It's the best money we've ever spent.
Lindsey Graham, again, ham and beans. fucking disgusting. Ukraine first, guys. It's their running platform.
Thank you so much.
No, it was...
The Russians are dying. It's the best money we've ever spent, Graham says. A smile spreads across his thin, quivering lips.
Now, this
as he
might
forms the...
strike some viewers as harsh, but I believe everyone involved in this story should die.
I agree. I could not agree more. Called for the $9. Thank you. Yeah.
The words. He looks like a starving man contemplating a breakfast buffet.
I agree. I think Lindsey Graham should be thrown right to the front line. See how he does.
The aroma of death has aroused Lindsey Graham. Thanks so much, replies Zelensky. He feels the same way. See, there's nothing dark here.
Hey, Luna.
Just two middle-aged guys celebrating the killing of a population. They don't seem like the kind of people who'd enjoy flooding villages or starting a famine. And in any case...
Yeah, there's no way. Why else? Why would you think they would do that? They're not actually bad. They just celebrate killing people.
Who cares if they are? It's really not your business. Your job is to support Ukraine. Watch Nikki Haley, a Republican candidate for president, explain this principle on CNN.
A win for Ukraine is a win for all of us. And for them to sit there and say that this is a territorial dispute.
I muted myself, shit. Says who? Who says if Ukraine wins, we all win? Genuinely curious who thinks that's a thing. Cause it's not. It's just not.
That's just not the case. To say that we should stay neutral, it is in the best interest of America.
Real quick, I did set the stream goal a little higher today because we have a lot of communists to take out after this video. Halfway mark will get us the horsecock.
It's in the best interest of our national security for Ukraine to win. We have to see this through. We have to finish it.
See? It's very easy to understand. It is vitally important for you to support Ukraine because it's necessary for Ukraine to be supported by you. Your support is mandatory until it's finished, whatever it is, and whatever that means. So shut up and support Ukraine or else you're in trouble.
I love that this is now their biggest thing is we need to kill more people. That's the platform they're running on. It's crazy how the anti-war party has gone so pro-war when it's just politically expedient. The only reason these people are in it so much is because the media tells them they have to be, and the only reason the media tells them they have to be is because they're in the pocket of politicians. And the politicians are all in bed with Ukraine. It's a big incestuous circle, and I fucking hate all of it. This may seem harsh, but I wish everybody would die in this story.
Back when they still taught logic, statements like this were known as tautologies. Something is true because it is. The more you repeat it, the truer it becomes. It's a self-reinforcing reality. There was a time when tautologies were considered illegitimate arguments, not to mention hilariously stupid. Only dumb people talk.
The shin kicks add up, and for some reason, no matter how many times I change it, no matter what I do, Stream Boss is now just double HP. The only thing I could think of that might change it is if I knock, because it's always has been 1,000 damage per dollar donated, but that's not the case anymore. I don't know why. Maybe I'll have to knock it down to $500 per dollar donation damage, and it'll round itself out at 1,000. But it's like it, and I think it goes up as you go. Would someone mind throwing $1 just so I could see? We're at 3, 2, 5, 10, 20. So my math is correct. It should go down to 3, 2, 4, 90, 20.
Like that. Now everybody in power talks like that. Diversity is our strength. Trans women are women.
I was looking at the wrong thing. Wait, 3. Whoa, did it? What? Hold on. It knocked out 10,000 HP. What the shit? Oh boy. Settings. And I can't... Okay, I'm gonna have to fuck with this real quick.
Zelensky is Churchill. It's all self-evidently true. Doesn't need an explanation, and don't ask questions. Sound familiar? Of course it does. That's the pap they're serving us day after day in steaming, lumpy portions. By this point...
Why did it knock you down 10,000? Okay, God, please don't break, 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 please don't break. Did I mention please don't break? Please, please, please. Okay, it gave you 1,000 back. Huh. Okay. It is now officially set down to $500 per damage, but why is it like that? Why is this happening? This is not correct. Look at this. It's 500 per donation damage. I guess we'll have to see what it shakes out to next. Fucklesnuck. When she says everyone wins, she doesn't mean us plebs. She means the political elite rinsing their dirty money through the recently blown dam waters. True.
It's possible that American citizens are the least
And thank you, Fucklesnuck and Luna, for the $1
informed people in the world. Your average yak herder in Tajikistan knows who blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. It's obvious. Does he think some skinny dude in a dress is actually a girl? Come on.
I don't think Zelensky buys any of this wokeism.
That idea would never occur to him. You've got to be lied to at full volume over a period of years in order.
Weird. So, So we were up to for 2020. Huh. No, it does seem to be a 500. Oh boy, you guys are fucked.
To reach conclusions like that. And of course, we have been. The media lie. They do. But mostly they just ignore the stories that matter.
Could it have been taken off a percentage?
What happened to
It might
the
have.
hundreds of billions of US dollars we've sent to Ukraine? No clue. Who organized those BLM riots 3 years ago? No one's gotten to the bottom of that. What exactly happened on 9/11? Well, it's still classified. How did Jeffrey Epstein make all that money? How did he die? How about JFK? And so endlessly on. Not only are the media not interested in any of this, they are actively hostile to anybody who is. In journalism, curiosity is the gravest crime. Yesterday, for example, a former Air Force officer who worked for years in military intelligence came forward as a whistleblower to reveal that the U.S. government has...
Oh, you mean a Russian Nazi working with Vladimir Putin because he hates freedom? That's what I thought.
Physical evidence of crashed non-human-made aircraft, as well as the bodies of the pilots who flew those aircraft. The Pentagon has spent decades studying these otherworldly remains in order to build more technologically advanced weapons systems. Okay, that's what the former intel officer revealed, and it was clear he was telling the truth. In other words, UFOs are actually real, and apparently so is extraterrestrial life. Now we know. In a normal country, this news would qualify as a bombshell, the story of the millennium. But in our country, it doesn't. The whistleblower's account ran on a technology website called The Debrief, which you've probably never heard of. The Washington Post had that story, but decided not to run it. The New York...
Oof. Oof, you need to be focused on other stuff.
Times, meanwhile, just pretended it never happened. On the front page of the New York Times website this morning, there were 5 stories about Ukraine, as well as 4 stories apiece about Donald Trump, trans people, and climate change, the usual lineup. There was nothing at all about how an alien species is flying hypersonic aircraft over our cities. Not one word. So if you're wondering why our country seems so dysfunctional, this is a big part of the reason. Nobody knows what's happening.
I wash myself with a rag on a stick.
Did you see the news about aliens? I'm just hearing about it now. I don't think they would ever tell people if aliens were real, honestly. Because do you know how bad that would freak out the Christians and the Muslims and all that? Well, the Muslims would just pretend it's not real. But, you know, people who believe in reality, do you know how bad that would freak them out? All the religious sects who 100% believe that only humans exist because God made us in his image, etc., etc. Oh my God. Let alone all the doomsday preppers and shit. No fucking way. No way.
Happening. A small group of people control access to all relevant information, and the rest of us don't know. We're allowed to yap all we want about racism, but go ahead and talk about something that really matters and see what happens. If you keep it up, they'll make you be quiet. Trust us. That's how they maintain control. When Western tourists first started traveling in large numbers to the Soviet Union in the early 1970s, they found that many Russians had a completely warped understanding of the United States. They thought,
who's to say he didn't create them as well? That's a fair point. But that was more in the specific vein of the in his image we are created kind of thing. Like if they come down here and they look different, people are going to be like, hey, wait a minute. Wait a cotton picking minute.
that Americans lived in grinding poverty, in a state of perpetual race war, and were desperate to flee to the freedom and prosperity of the Eastern Bloc. They thought this because that's what they had been told. They had no way to know otherwise. The few Russians who understood what was really going on in the rest of the world had learned about it from listening to shortwave radio broadcasts, sometimes under the covers so the neighbors wouldn't hear. 50 years later, it is bewildering to consider the ironies here. We're the ones who live in ignorance now. The US government has managed to classify more than 1 billion so-called public documents. So at this point, we can't possibly know what our leaders are
I wonder what they're hiding in those billion public documents.
doing. We're not allowed to know. By definition, that is not a democracy. Yet it's fine with the media. Secrecy is a powerful tool of control. Stop asking how we got so rich. Here's another story about racism. Go eat each other. That's the program. That's how most of us now live here in the United States. Manipulated by lies, silenced by taboos. It is unhealthy and it's dehumanizing, and we're tired of it. As of today, we've come to Twitter, which we hope will be the shortwave radio under the blanket. We're told there are no gatekeepers here. If that turns out to be false, we'll leave. But in the meantime, we are grateful to be here. We'll be back with much more.
The last public opinion poll I saw showed Congress had an approval rating at about 9%. By contrast, Muammar Gaddafi had an approval rating at 13%, and his own people dragged him in the streets and killed him.
God, I love that donation. That's such a good one. Amiibo Jones for the 4238, just because this doesn't get enough play. I agree. Thank you very much. That is a dope one. And Jen said, human beings made in God's image doesn't necessarily rule out aliens. It just means they were explicitly not made in God's image. Okay, then by whom? I don't want to get into a big theological debate, but that's just my thought process and why they wouldn't say anything. All right, let's get to the commies. Yes, we're back to this guy. Why the web is communist? We have over 150 people watching and 70 likes, guys. Smash that like button. Share it out on your social media. And should you feel so inclined, please consider hitting up the Streamlabs. It is greatly appreciated. We have a lot of communists to get rid of. So, I mean, and 50% gets us the horsecock. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I think I'm going to just do this real quick. I got all widgets. Thank you, Amiibo Jones and Gen Z, Seamus Master, everybody who's donated so far. No, that's not what I wanted to click. And go here. I'll start this.
Hey, I'm Thought Slime. I recently graduated from computer school, and I want to talk to you about computers and why capitalism is like the bullies that steal my lunch money.
No, that's not right. Boop, boop. One hell of a way to start that out. We are already almost 20%. I just changed the goal. Fuck it. If the goal is 500, might as well just say 500.
And how all of this relates to the larger Star Trek canon.
Psych! I'm not a nerd. I'm a dangerous, tough boy radical who does toughy stuff like crying about cartoons. Today I'm going to talk about the web. I know, nerd bullshit, right? Wrong. The web is radical. Because it's communist as hell. When I say communist, I probably mean it in a different sense than you understand it.
So you don't mean communist, then?
I mean a stateless, classless, moneyless society predicated on the maxim, from each according to their ability.
But it's not. The internet is not stateless or classless. It's what? No. And it's definitely not moneyless. We have entire currencies based off of the internet. What's wrong with his eyes? This dude probably inbred.
To each according to their need. I do not mean a society in which the state controls industry, even if they do so based on the idea that they will eventually create a stateless, classless, moneyless society organized around the maxim from. Such a society may refer to itself as communist, but it has not yet achieved communism. And in my opinion...
So it's not communist. I need to hear that again.
Stateless, classless, moneyless society organized around the maxim from such a...
Guys, we need to nuke this. We're a minute and 8 seconds in. We need to nuke all the communists immediately.
Society may refer to itself as communist, but it has not yet achieved communism, and, in my opinion, wouldn't. That being said, the web, what is it? Some kind of internet? No. Long story short and barely accurate, the web essentially allows your browser to behave like a file explorer does on your computer. Files on the internet are given a unique address that you can type from anywhere and retrieve those resources using what's called a universal resource locator, or URL, or URL if you're nasty. The internet existed before the web, but it sucked. Files were organized into strict top-down hierarchies, and as we know, hierarchies make everything worse.
What? What?
The big breakthrough that the web brought to the table was that you could hyperlink resources together. So, if I'm having a conversation with you about the film Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College, and I want to convince you...
Where's Valine? She's somewhere turning in her not grave.
...to watch it, I can share a link to the trailer, and then you'll see that and have to...
His eyes are uneven.
...watch it, because it's so awesome.
Now, the Ghoulies are about to learn what higher education is all about. Brewskis.
That's something we take for granted nowadays, but it represents probably the biggest shift in human communication ever, like since we invented language. The web was a seismic shift in the way that information is shared, one that we're still trying to come to grips with today.
It is literally unlimited information at your fingertips, unless you live in one of the places that do control the information, but my point still stands. How dare this low IQ dipshit insinuate the internet is communist? The internet can actually function and communism does not. That's a damn good point. Thank you, C. Thomas. Ooh, we're 20% to go.
And the only reason that it worked, the only reason that it became as ubiquitous as it is now, is that it's communist as all hell. Furthermore, everything that sucks about the web, everything that makes it annoying or difficult and sometimes even dangerous to use, is the result of capital
Valine's trying to reach the doorknob to get into the computer room.
insinuating itself into what is naturally a communist institution. I got a question for you. How much did you pay for your web browser? How much did you fork over to Google or Mozilla or Microsoft?
Yeah, how much money did you pay Microsoft for your computer? How much did you pay for your computer? No, it's, I mean, I'm not going to say you can't make it happen, but I can dole it out. Daryl O, add mod, done, save.
For your web browser, how much did you pay to use the...
Yeah, how much did you, not did you pay, how much did you give up? Your private information, your browsing history, which they turn around and sell to China, while also shoveling copious amounts of ads down your throat. Now, while you don't have to put down money to buy a browser, they make money off you one way or another.
Programming languages that the web is built in, like HTML or CSS or JavaScript and so on. I'll go even further. How many of the websites that you visit every day even cost you money? And I don't mean like from your internet service provider. Obviously, you have to pay to be on the internet. And obviously, there are some websites that charge you money, probably websites you use every day, like Netflix or Spotify. But
so, what then? Does he think this stuff is... Does he think all of this stuff is just free? Does he yes.
Soy boy! Soy boy! Soy boy! What an absolute soy boy.
From the beginning of this video, and this is what he is, yes. Yes, but does he think this stuff is literally just free? No questions asked, free? No, absolutely not. Yeah, okay, you got it, good. Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, you can make it happen, but I just take care of it.
The overwhelming majority of them give their services away for free.
No. There is literally no such thing as free. If something costs money, somebody's paying for it. ISPs can't host stuff for free.
And that's a little strange, don't you think? Some of the most complex and useful software is just thrown out there and available for anyone to use for free. Don't you find that a little odd?
It's not. It's not free. There is literally nothing free.
Not really, right? Most of these allegedly free services are supported by advertising or by selling user metadata to people who will use that metadata for advertising.
Which means it's not free.
In fact, you may have gotten an ad for professional diaper eating champions Prager University before this very video. Even now, Dennis Prager is paying for me to be able to tell you that I think he gets an erection at the idea of children starving to death in the third world because of the dipshit neoliberal policies that he thinks you're imbecilic enough to believe in. Dennis...
I mean... It's probably true, but we don't need to talk about that.
Prager smells like farts. Thanks for the cash, sucker. See, that's the thing about advertising, is it's kind of a crapshoot. I mean, you don't know if your ad is going to be effective. You don't know if your ad is going to be put with something that makes it look bad. And even if it all works out, most people use ad block anyway, and they're not going to see it. Advertising is risky, and it's the prerogative of big business to avoid risk. To avoid risk to their profit margin, not to, like, their employees or customers or the...
This dude takes... This is the definition of pedantry.
...environment or their complicity with war crimes. What I'm trying to say is that I don't think that many of these companies would prefer to stake their profitability on advertising. A much surer bet would be to just charge you for the thing that they made. And that's not unusual, is it? I mean, there's plenty of suckers out there that actually pay for software. Programs like Photoshop can just have yearly release schedules with incremental upgrades, like a really weird EA sports game. And people will just buy it again and again.
What we're watching right now is visual and audio filler. This is the Afterlife World Martial Arts Tournament. We're watching filler stuff.
Even though they don't really understand the difference between the versions or why it's supposed to be better or where the frig the type tool went. Where did the type tool go? If they could just charge you for their stuff, they would. But they can't, because no one's going to pay for it if they do. And if they tried, someone would come along and build the same thing.
Luna, at least.
And give it away for free and eat their lunch. You gonna pay for an email address when Gmail is free? And if Google decides they want to start charging for Gmail, anybody in the world can just look up how to build an email service from the free resources on the web and just make it themselves. The only way you can get away with charging people for something on the internet is if only you can make it, or only you have the right to legally sell it. That's why pages like Spotify or Netflix can get away with charging you, because they have all the stuff you want. Like Netflix has Afterlife.
A good day is when I don't go around wanting to shoot random strangers in the face and then turn the gun on myself.
Bad then. Hey, media matters for America. Go fuck yourself.
Fuck yourself.
That's the first thing I want to say tonight.
The smug Marina apparently doesn't understand how ad bombardment works. Stop being a nitpicking fuckwit hiding behind technically. It's not a fucking argument. Christ almighty, this smug inbred sack of dipshittery. Sack of dipshittery. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. That's pretty good.
You can't put Afterlife on your website because Netflix owns it. And also,
we are about 25% to go. Ooh. Gonna nuke the commie. Nuke the commie. Nuke the commie.
Why would you want to? So you really can't make your own Netflix, not without a lot of money. But anyone could make Twitter. Almost the entirety of Twitter's tech stack, the software used to power it, is free and open source, meaning you could download it tomorrow, and if you know what you're doing, you could build a Twitter, or many.
Yeah, make your own Twitter. Why don't you do it? Make your own commie Twitter. Call it Cummer. I don't know. I had something there, but I don't.
Twitters. If Twitter tried to charge people for using its service, then someone would just come along and build a better Twitter. And it wouldn't be hard to do. Because all you'd have to do is build a Twitter without Nazis on it. Someone please do that.
Isn't there already a lefty Twitter that's failing, like, spectacularly? Isn't there? Yeah, open source because Elon put it as open source.
I'm not going to join Mastodon, don't ask. So Twitter has to rely on advertising if they want to make money. Making money is kind of a big deal for Twitter. It's kind of the only reason they do anything. And the people who make Twitter, all the employees, need that money so that they can buy food and pay rent. Under capitalism, if you want to give something away for free, you've got to make money doing it. Obviously, companies like Twitter...
What? You have to make money to do it. Yeah. That's under... Does he realize communism in the real time? There still will not be stuff given away for free without lien, freely get that. None of that shit will happen. That can't happen.
Or real companies.
All the leftists went to Mastodon, and it turns out Mastodon is infested with pedophilia. Oh, that's a shock.
Like Google or Uber or Amazon are not communist. These are the most capitalist institutions on God's green earth, and they control and operate large swaths.
Wonderful. Doomhammer, yeah, build yourself a better Twitter. Let's see how you deal with the server cost asswipe. For sure.
So the web. I'm not deluded about that. And on the surface, that might seem to contradict my thesis. Here's the thing, though. All of those companies have discovered that if they want to build a product that people are actually going to use, they have to rely on communism to do it. Look at YourTube, the website that you're on right now. What brings you to
Okay, please, let's hear how YouTube is communist.
YourTube? Is it the ads? Do you come here for the ads? Do you come here for the original content? Do you come here because of the expertly curated recommendations? You come here for the videos. The videos that goofuses like me make. By ourselves. Why do you...
So is he gonna make the argument that because you can watch Twitter videos for free, it's now communist? I need to know. Why aren't you playing?
Go to Twitter. Is it because you like having your metadata sold to advertisers so that they can target you with more specific ads? Or do you like the tweets that millions of people post every day, providing countless hours of free entertainment for everyone? Which is the thing that you like? These businesses rely on the fact that you're willing to work for free, not because you're being compensated, but just because you want to make the world a better place or give something to the community. One might say...
Wait, what? What? Hold on.
Which is the thing that you like. These businesses rely on the fact that you're willing to work for free, not because you're being compensated.
What work am I doing? What work am I doing watching YouTube? What? I kind of got lost in the sauce there. This dude says relatively very little in a lot of words. So I'm hoping I understand this properly. But what work am I doing by watching a YouTube video? I watch an ad. That's not labor.
Hey, media matters for America. Go fuck yourself. That's the first thing I want to say tonight. Hey.
I pay for premium. I watch channels. I buy old movies that I watch. I participate in kick-ass communities, and I pay for it. I mean, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Support the stuff you like. C. Thomas supporting the stuff he likes. Ugh. The lefty dipshittery of we need without Nazis. We need blank without Nazis. Care to define that at all? Oh, right. I forgot. Anyone who was in a cock-gobbling, blood-sucking, gormless, lazy, communist inbred is apparently a Nazi. Yeah, no one's tired of that trope. No, none at all.
Hell yes, we're gonna take your AR-15, your AK-47.
Welcome to the rice fields, mother. Drop it.
He's probably one of the guys that believes that being in a friendship with somebody is emotional labor. Like it is all work. Hakira for the 2386. Everything this person says is disingenuous and retarded. He's doing his best to gaslight people, but doing a very, very poor job. Commies don't need to worry about computers anyway. How was his farming skills? That's the only field he'll be working in. I mean, you got to get to that commune, buddy. They're going to start chant time without you. You got to get there before it's poetry slam hour. Thank you, Hakira, C. Thomas, and Doomhammer. Much appreciated.
Compensated, but just because you want to make the world a better place or give something to the community. One might say that you're giving according to your abilities so that others can have what they need.
Okay, I don't know who thinks, but I don't know who thinks this, but you don't need YouTube. I mean, I need it. It's how I make my money, but humanity writ large does not need YouTube. From each according to his needs, from each according to his ability, to them according to the needs, whatever that saying is. No, nobody needs YouTube. I don't understand.
And it ain't just
YouTube could disappear tomorrow, and humanity would be like, oh fuck, that sucks. Anyway,
just YouTube bozos like me neither. Okay, look at Wikipedia, perhaps the most useful tool on the internet, based on the idea
Wikipedia is the most useful tool on the internet.
That a common resource like knowledge is more useful and more beneficial if everyone has access.
I will literally never, ever go to Wikipedia for knowledge.
To it and control over it. And sure,
we're literally on the same wavelength. While I was electing to get Swole, man, I honestly, I think so. My mom had a QB. It's a little pedal thing for under tables and shit for old people. I'm going to put it under my desk just so I can work out a little bit more while I'm sitting here.
That means that there's the potential for abuse. Anyone can come along and vandalize a Wikipedia
Sam, it's insane. He says so much and says nothing. It's fucking crazy.
page. But here's the other thing. In a regular encyclopedia, if they print wrong information because, say, they were paid to, or the guy who runs the encyclopedia like has an interest in doing it, or there's a political bias, you can't change that. You can change it on Wikipedia. So
I think...
Be quiet!
Damn it.
Be quiet!
I think worrying about political bias is not as much of a thing back then as it is now. Oh, Pinky, I literally just looked over at the DMs. We have been blessed with 2 new Stacker songs, in case anyone's considering joining one of the clubs. I haven't even listened to them yet. You shut the fuck up, smug retard. Just because a content creator makes videos for free without Google shekels per video doesn't mean it's communist. You fucking wet-brained, rotted soy. Yeah, I don't get any, I don't have monetization over here. And you guys toss a couple of bucks into the hat if you enjoy it. That is literally capitalism in its purest form. It's not communism.
Wikipedia is not unique in its potential for abuse. It is, however, unique in that it's built by volunteers. Volunteers giving free labor for the benefit of the commons. In fact, just one man, Stephen Pruitt, has personally edited almost 1/3 of the 5.7 million Wikipedia articles. He didn't do it because he got paid to. He did it just to enrich humanity's understanding of the world. On the basis that everyone having access to a common resource makes that resource more valuable and useful. That, my friends, is a communism. He did a communism.
No, he did a dumb. That's not a communism.
Which is why it's so funny that both he and Wikipedia founder Jumbo Jimmy Wales are libertarian objectivists. Eat shit, Ayn Rand, communists.
That's not communism. What? That's not communism.
Win again. And it ain't just the pages themselves either.
I mean, I can't read that out loud, Shuru, but I think the stream goal would suffice.
Tools used to build those pages are built and distributed the same way. Tools like PHP or Node.js or MySQL or MySQL if you're a plebeian, do not at me, are all open source, meaning that people volunteer their code, which you can view.
That's better. I'm tired of commies making the argument that being helpful part of your community makes you a communist. Helping your neighbor, doing volunteer work around your community doesn't make you a fucking commie. That's a great point. You know, people do have the ability to do stuff without getting paid to help the community. That's called being a community, which, you know, invariably requires a lot of nuclear families and stuff like that, things these people hate. But no, communist is not when good. This guy's a fucking idiot. Thank you, Akira.
For free to make software that's more dependable and robust. These tools and hundreds of other ones like them that you probably prefer and are going to complain that I didn't talk about are all just out there for free. And anyone can just have them and use them to make cool stuff.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's communistic. If I go outside right now, oh my god, oh, here. Some props I got for a photo shoot on something. They're glow stick lantern things. These are $2 at Walmart. If I go out and I give these to the kids that are playing outside, that's not a communism. That's just me giving some fucking cheap shit to kids. What's this guy fucking talking about?
We're so often told that the only way to incentivize hard work is through profit and competition.
That is literally the best way to incentivize it. If people work hard, you make more money, which is why I work hard doing it. God damn it!
Be quiet!
I must be fucking yakking a lot during this, if I'm getting hit with these so often. Goddamn you fucking illiterate cringe impersonate. Cringe jack. Take two. God damn it, you fucking illiterate cringe jack impersonator. Just because something is offered up isn't for free isn't communist. Go read your own religious doctrine, you malinformed, brainwashed, brainlet. Christ, this know-nothing parrot of dipshittery. Dipshittery. I'm sticking that in my back pocket. That's a good one to add to the repertoire.
Nobody's gonna just work for...
Thank you, C. Thomas. Much appreciated. We're damn near 40% to goal, guys. Thank you very much. We're 30 from 40 and almost to 50. Nice.
For free for the better of their community. People are only going to work if there's a reward for them personally, like a nice t-shirt or a copy of Crash Bandicoot or $115 billion.
I would work for all three of those.
And yet, thousands of highly skilled workers build cool shit and give it away for free every single day. And that's within capitalism, where if they don't make money doing something, they're gonna die. Imagine the work.
Yeah, okay. How many people died died from starvation under communism? Yeah, if you don't have money and you're not relying on charity, you're gonna die eventually. Yeah, nobody. It's just how shit works. I don't understand.
That
you can't just exist. Like if you live in a communist utopia and you don't have any use, you're not trading equal value for the food you need to live, and nobody's giving it to you, you're still gonna fucking die. What?
And by they, I mean we, could be freed up to do if we didn't have to waste a third of our lives toiling away for some rich dipshit to go on an ayahuasca retreat on their golden yacht powered by cocaine.
Got one of those?
And this same dynamic plays out everywhere on the web. Do you like a video game that costs billions of dollars to develop? Well, hundreds of volunteers are just going to build thousands of hours of free content for that game just because it's fun. Do you have a very...
Mods aren't... Communism is not when mods.
Very specific and technical question that you need.
And those people also get paid to be coders. A lot of that is a student project.
Answered.
So apparently the communist just projects his own ideological tendencies onto everybody else. Not everyone is an angry, jealous sack of selfish bullshit. Damn, C. Thomas, you're on fire.
Well, just go to one of the...
How many of these things are student projects? Movies that are put up for free, mods that are done by coding students.
Thousands of unique discussion forums where highly trained people provide their expertise to the community for free on the...
Yeah, you mean staff forums where companies pay people to do this?
The basis that everyone benefits.
And the thing, again, ads.
From that cooperation. Maybe you just want to chill out and be entertained. Maybe see a funny video about a very crazy pizza website. And boy howdy, wouldn't you know it, there's billions of hours of free entertainment crammed into every little bit of the web.
It's not free. It's not free.
Wait.
I think he's one of the people that thinks at no cost to you means free. Like he probably thinks that, you know, welfare is free money from the government.
Wait, hold on, Thought Slime. You busted. You said yourself earlier in this video that you make money off of your videos. You can't claim you're doing any of this for altruism. And yeah, you got me. It's true. I do, partially at least, do this as a job.
Communist is when free.
Because I gotta have a job to be alive. But do you know what would be a much more lucrative job? Anything. But particularly, making fun of video game feminism or pretending like Jordan Peterson ever had a worthwhile thought in his miserable life.
These people's opinions are so fucking predictable. Like, oh, he doesn't like Jordan Peterson. Shocking. He doesn't like Elon Musk. I'm fucking impressed. It's so predictable from the top down. Oops.
If I wanted to make a lot...
I want to John Wick my way through... Never mind, I can't finish that sentence. I just want a John Wick. How about that?
...of money on YouTube, that's what I do. I would just grift conservatives. They're the easiest people in the world to make money from. You just say racial slurs at somebody and then the money comes in. That's all you gotta do.
I'm trying and it's not working. These people aren't throwing their money at me, except the people who already have. But that doesn't count because it's in the past, and the past is decidedly anti-communist.
I don't do that because I'm at least partially...
Is it communism if we nuke the commies? Is that communism? Like, is that a communism? Did C. Thomas just do a communism? No, this is quite literally 100%. What I'm doing right here is the purest form of capitalism. If you like something, you help support it. That's all it is. A dipshit must adhere to the belief that government obligations to or services equal communist. Also, this dude ragging on Peterson for lack of thought. Pot meat kettle. No shit. No shit. Thank you.
Motivated by making the world a cooler and chiller place. And
I wash myself with a rag on a stick.
All right, Sinatra, where's my poly words? I don't have any poly words, but I do have a delicious, am I retarded? Donation? I don't remember where it's at, but I have one of those. Give me a second, I'll find you the denominator. I think it's 19 something? 19 something. I'm 1994. 1994 for that one.
Sure, maybe I'm not entirely altruistic in my motives, but do you know who is? The people that pay me. Not PragerU, they eat children. I'm talking about the people that give me money on Patreon. They don't have to do that. Nobody's making them. They don't really...
Yeah, I'm not making you guys donate anything. You're doing it because it's the capitalist way to handle things. You're putting money towards a product you like.
Get anything from it. The videos are free no matter what. I mean, there's like a doodle that'll be at the end of the video. That's it. And yet...
Or an ad or platform. It's not free. It is not free. Free means at no cost.
Almost 1 in 100 of my subscribers chooses to donate at least $1 to me anyway. Just because they like seeing this garbage. And they want me to make more of it. What is crowdfunding, if not just a highly individualized and atomized form of communism operating within capitalism? It's people asking you to give what you're able to other people so that they can have what they need. YouTube fashion blogger Harrison Bomison recently played Donkey Kong Country.
You think he's grifting the commies? He might be. Crowdfunding is capitalist. I mean, literally. Giving money for a product you enjoy is by definition capitalist, which is why products that don't make money don't last.
For charity. It's 2019. And
charity is still not communist. It doesn't matter how many times he says it. It's not. It's just not. This little cretin sure likes to skirt the line of outright defamation, doesn't he? I mean, yeah, no one's going to sue him.
Raised, I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say this, all of the money on planet Earth for a charity called Mermaids that was being defunded due to a hateful misinformation campaign conducted by noodle-dicked swamp people. In the wake of that enormous outpouring of generosity, I have seen many other content creators just do live streams and make money for charity just because they can. Because that's what happens if you just get out of people's way. They're just spontaneously generous and giving to one another.
Yeah, that's still not communism. It's money. Guys, am I losing my fucking mind here? Or is he saying literally communist is when good? Communist is when charity. Communist is when volunteering? Does he not realize that conservatives outgive to charities and volunteer things like at a 10-to-1 ratio? Am I going fucking crazy?
Even in an economic system where not having money can literally...
Oh, nice one. I haven't seen that in a while. Position a horse on him. See, yeah. Oh, we will. I can do that. Isn't mermaids the LGBT LMNOP, the UK charity that was helping transition kids?
What are you so mad about, you little cocksucker? Quit.
Zed, no comment. Thank you. And Doc, I don't know. I don't know. I don't keep up too much on the UK stuff.
Kill you. People are willing to be generous with their money. Now let me just stop here for a second and address the elephant in the room. There are some smuggos in the comment section right now, giddily pointing out that all of this is happening within capitalism.
Literally.
And they think that's very clever. So if you see them saying that, please tell them that they're very smart and they have very big brains, because they need that positive reinforcement at this crucial stage in their development.
So are you gonna refute it at all because what they're saying is true? Just going, well, they're stupid. This is all happening under capitalism. Those people are stupid. But how are they wrong?
You're my special guys. You're my special little guys. I love you so much. And yes, that which attempts to ameliorate some of the damage done by capitalism is naturally going to happen in capitalism.
What is ameliorating that damage? I don't understand. People are only poor because capitalism. That's why communists are all rich, right? I don't get it. I don't get it. Is that what he's saying right now? People are poor under capitalism, and that's why communists are fucking don't understand.
Imagine in a classless, moneyless, stateless society organized around blah, blah, blah. What?
A classless, moneyless, stateless. So stateless and communist, those two ideas right there already don't mash up. They just can't. You cannot have a stateless communist society, so scratch that. Moneyless. Everything is barter or work for food. Got it, because how many hours is somebody going to have to work to get their fucking iPhone? Think past place one. Communists are the last people actually helping other people or their community. They want to sit around and have other people do shit for them. Bread tubers want to be communists till the party comes knocking and it's time for commie shit to start. Yeah, these people, him, Vosh, Hassan, the Cavernacle guy that we talked about, they all think they're going to be policymakers and poets and thinkers. No, motherfucker, you're going to be in the mine shaft right next to us coughing coal dust till you're 33 and you die of a fucking black lung at 35. Fucking idiot.
Moneyless, stateless society organized around blah, blah, blah. What would a crowdfunding website do? Imagine a guy needs brain surgery under communism. He wouldn't go to a crowdfunding.
This dude is, I guarantee you, he's making really good money. This is the content YouTube likes, so he's probably got a premium CPM, probably $20 or more. Every video he puts up gets about 200,000 views. Likes or dislikes doesn't matter. So he's probably raking in a few grand, or probably 15 to 20 grand a month, and God knows how much from Patreon. It's weird. Moneyless, classless, I'd like to see how much he gives to charity.
Funding website.
Where he volunteers, what he does.
He would just go.
And you know what? That's fine. Make your money, boo-boo. God bless you. But there's a vast difference. There's a vast difference.
Go to his doctor and explain that he doesn't have the money for the surgery. And then his doctor would look at him and go, what are you talking about? Money? I don't even know what that is, and I certainly wouldn't require it as something that you'd need for surgery.
Yeah, let's see how well that's working out in Canada with their 45-hour ER wait. How's that going?
Everybody should be able to get surgery if they need it, otherwise people would die. What do you
Yeah, people get surgery if they need it now. What?
Talking about?
Hospitals, it's literally against the law to refuse somebody.
Also, I can't operate on you. You're my son. But the guy's dad is a capitalist who would never give surgery away for free. How is this possible? The doctor is the man's...
This is painfully unfunny. Just like we are painfully close to the 50% mark to goal, guys. Thank you so much. So if you want to be a good capitalist or communist, I think communist or capitalist, I think capitalist. If you want to be a good...
Be quiet! Shut up! Be quiet!
A good viewer, please smash a like button. That's your communistic duty. Share it out. That's your capitalistic duty. And should you feel so inclined, please set up the Streamlab. That's your American duty. Or your human duty. Duty. I really appreciate it. We're about halfway there. If money didn't exist under communism, how did the ruble come to be? Good question, sir. Good question. How was USSR a thing? How does North Korea have the biggest government in the world? It's insanity.
Mother. This has been another Thought Slime Brain Tickler. I'm not delusional in this particular way. I know that
just in every way.
Companies like Patreon or Kickstarter or Indiegogo or GoFundMe or Sklamskabash or Hoopty-Diddle are not doing this out of the goodness of their heart. They're all capitalist institutions that profit off of the generosity of others to others by merely owning the means by which that generosity is funneled. None of them have altruistic intentions, but their users do. Their users are giving what they can.
Fuck. God damn. Nice.
They came after me with massive folders.
Screen.
Broke down my knee and they kicked in my teeth. Found it goes horns, they so tender me, and so cry the witcher. He can't keep me. Toss a coin to your witcher. Oh, valley of plenty. Oh, valley of plenty. Toss a coin to your witcher. Oh, valley of plenty.
Delicious. Dark Will? No, you're not taking crazy pills. That is indeed what he's saying. That said, have a boost against the woefully brain-dead things he's promoting. Well, that certainly is a boost. We're 350. That puts us at about 75%, 66% to goal.
Hey, media matters for America. Go fuck yourself.
Yourself.
That's the first thing I want to say tonight. Hey!
This walking soy jack has the same IQ as the Surfs, which is barely in double digits. Ooh, that's somebody else I could bring up too. That's a good shout. Like, holy shit, when did all bread tubers... Well, I'm sorry. Like, holy shit, why are all the bread tubers these festering sacks of tip shittery without any genuine morals? These people only care about the until check comes to them. Yes, I agree. It's all everything is fine until it happens to them. Then it's all bad. Have you beat Witcher 3 yet? Twice.
Even in an economic system that applies...
Can we get a big thank you to Dark Will out there for the big 110? We're about 66% to goal, guys. Thank you so much.
Enormous pressure on them not to do that. So you might think I have this rosy and optimistic view of the tech sector, but I don't. They're goblins. I don't believe that CEOs or thought leaders had anything to do with this. The web just kind of organizes itself communistically because that's more efficient.
No, it literally doesn't. What? How is it? What?
Cooperation and shared resources is a whole hell of a lot more productive than competition and artificial scarcity. The only reason we think otherwise is because the people who own everything stand to benefit in a competition. So of course they're going to tell us that that's just more productive and it's better for everybody. It's pretty convenient for them, don't you think? This wasn't a grand...
People who own stuff benefit from owning stuff. This is bad. Okay. You had it right the first time, brain tumor, not bread tuber. Nice. The other video I wanted to look at today is about an hour long. And considering we're barely halfway done with this one, I think we're going to have to do this on Twitch later in the week. I think this is going to have to be a Twitch thing.
Vision that emerged from Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos' brain. It's just how people organize themselves if you don't force them not to. And boy, how...
What? I gotta hear that again. I don't know if I'm just not following what he's saying, or if he's just talking so ridiculously that it's impossible to follow.
That's just more productive and it's better for everybody. It's pretty convenient for them, don't you think? This wasn't a grand vision that emerged from Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos' brain. It's just...
This is literally the stuff Bill Gates advocates for, but we're not going to get into that.
How people organize themselves if you don't force them not to. And boy, howdy, do they want to...
Organize themselves to make a profit off of their hard work? It's shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Force you not to. When mobile devices like cell phones...
One more time. Hold on. What?
Boy, howdy, do they want to force you not to.
No, people just genuinely don't. They just don't want to. People, by and large, don't want to be communist. Why do you think it's such a fringe idea?
Hey, media matters for America. Go fuck yourself. That's the first thing I want to say tonight. Hey!
The tech sector... Sure, the tech sector aren't what they should be. Wait, what? Sure, the tech sector aren't and shouldn't be thought leaders. Neither should you, Brett. I'm having a hard time with this. I'm sorry. Sure, the tech sector aren't and shouldn't be thought leaders. Neither should you, BreadTuber. Your ideology is objectively worse and more corrosive than National Socialism could ever be. I mean, it's still socialism one way or another. Oh, fuck. Not prepared. Not prepared. Goddamn. That scared me. So that's what incoming meant. Okay. I'm like, wait. What? What's happening? I should always expect the bomb. He did warn me. Yeah, he did warn me. I always side-eye when I see somebody go incoming. I'm like, what are they doing? Are they going to say some spicy shit I can't say out loud? I don't trust it. This guy is Anthony. I think you mean, and no, I'm not stronking out. It says Anthony. This guy is Anthony as fuck. But thank you. I think you mean annoying. This guy is annoying as fuck. Thank you, Luna. And just one more time for good measure. Just going to give a real quick. Nicely done, sir.
When mobile devices like cell phones started becoming...
I only shit myself a little bit.
The hot new thing, tech companies smelled an opportunity to make everything about the web more profitable and therefore worse.
Mobile devices, this piece of technology that is far greater than the spaceships that took us to the moon, and tech companies are going to use it to profit? I can't get it.
You might notice that unlike personal computers, mobile devices tend to be locked into only allowing licensed software to be used. Here in Canada...
Yeah, because if you put unlicensed software in there right next to your banking information and your fucking phone number and shit, it's going to be stolen immediately. So yeah, you need licensed software. How is this so fucking controversial?
It's actually illegal to jailbreak your iOS device. Not simply to pirate software or...
I don't think it's actually illegal.
Download an app which does something already illegal. The very act of modifying your own iPhone to run software...
Google. Is it to jailbreak an iPhone? Jailbreaking falls under copyright issues. Okay. So it's illegal to steal the copyright OS, but not to jailbreak the iPhone.
Software that, for whatever reason, Apple doesn't want you to run is illegal. That's like if IKEA could make it illegal for you.
And also, okay, here we go. From apple.com. No, it is not illegal to jailbreak your iPhone or iPad. The purpose of the DMCA was meant to prevent illegal copying of copyrighted materials. Yeah. So, yeah, it's illegal to steal copyrighted materials because you don't own them no matter how much you want to. But no, it's not illegal to steal stuff that's not yours.
You to use their run software that, for whatever reason, Apple doesn't want you to run is illegal.
Yeah, it's illegal to steal stuff. Then again, this was the guy who argued in favor of shoplifting, so take it for what it's worth.
It's like if IKEA could make it illegal for you to use their forks with spaghetti that wasn't made by IKEA.
What? What the fuck is he talking? I thought I was having a strunk. What is he talking about?
That's like if IKEA could make it illegal for you to use their forks with spaghetti that wasn't made by IKEA. I started this analogy without a roadmap of where it would end up.
No, what? That would be like IKEA saying, if you steal our couches and start making them the exact same way that we do, and we own the patent for this, that's illegal.
Web traffic from mobile users has gradually become the main source of all web traffic, and that means that bit by bit, pun intended, the freedoms that you and I take for granted, the freedoms which allowed us to build the web in the first place, are being sold to the highest bidders.
And that's bad? I'm genuinely asking. And we're only 20% away from gold, by the way. We are a big wick energy and a media matters from gold. No, we're a big wick energy and a small witcher from gold, I think.
Now software which may have been free in the past suddenly becomes monetizable by big tech companies. Now even developers who want to give something
it was never free
away for free might find themselves unable to pay the fees, or may find themselves unable to live up to licensing standards that big tech companies impose on them. Now tech companies have the power to control exactly what you're allowed to put on your devices and
no, I'm sure in that scenario, just another guy, it's okay because America's bad.
Move it without your consent. Hey, remember earlier when I talked about how everybody kind of works for free on the internet?
No, we don't. We don't. We just don't.
And how cool that was? Well, it also sucks. Tech companies make a lot of money off of the free labor of their users and thousands of open source developers. They incorporate that free labor into their products and then...
He's assuming free labor, by the way. We have no evidence to support this, and he has not provided any, that the people who made AOL and Yahoo worked for free.
Privatize those products and...
At this rate, the commie will be getting Vitamin Horse. I mean, we got about 5 minutes left, and God knows that'll take me 20 minutes to get through. But we're a big wick energy away from closing it out. I thought Slime is a fitting name for this channel, considering how his brain fell out of his ears and ran slimy ages ago. Also, this Tard's channel connects to Kevin Logan, if you remember that inarticulate clown. How could I forget? How could I forget Kevin Logan?
Just have...
Thank you, C. Thomas.
...that money. If you contribute 1 million lines of code to an open source software project that Amazon uses to make $1 billion, you're not going to see a cent from that. And gradually, our...
Is Amazon running off of open source software that accepts just random stuff? And why would you make that stuff to go to Amazon when you could license it out and make a couple of bucks?
Eagerness to work for free has been exploited by tech companies.
Hold on.
From that. And gradually, our eagerness to work for free has been exploited by tech companies.
Who is out here working for absolute free? Who is working for absolute free? Nobody. It's very, very hard to find somebody doing something that they don't profit off of in some way. To some of you out there, it may seem like I'm working for free, but really, I am working for not only money, but to grow this channel. I love and appreciate and accept Streamlabs donos, but my goal is to grow this channel that someday it can be monetized. So I'm working towards something, and it's not for free. And nobody out there, mostly nobody out there, is watching this for absolute free. Even if it's not a monetary thing that you're reciprocated with, you are still working with a goal in mind.
For so many little small things that we don't even notice it anymore. Hey, will you review this?
Even if you're doing it as a hobby, you're doing it because you want to do it, because that you gain enjoyment out of it. You're doing it for a reason. He just thinks everything is done by good intentions, which I don't always buy that, especially when communists are involved.
Game, it'll help our algorithm sort it. Hey, this article is a stump. You can help improve Wikipedia.
Luna's proposing an Awoo train. Well, should you decide to do it, we can get it. We can Awoo our way out, sure.
Yeah, by
10, 12, 13 Awoos will get us out of here. Or one big Awoo and 3 little ones.
expanding it. Hey, since you're already logging into this website anyway, do you mind helping us fine-tune our image recognition?
All right, we got 10. Why is that not where it should be? We have 10 on the train in one go. Luna dropping the 77. Thank you so much, sir. 11 Awoos. Call to Krill. No comment. Thank you, sir.
Software. We promise we don't use it to help a police state identify dissidents at a protest. Oh, wait.
What? Is that what CAPTCHA is? Is that what we're doing with CAPTCHA? We're not helping. What? Guys, what?
Logging into this website anyway, do you mind helping us fine-tune our image recognition software? We promise we don't use it to help a police state identify dissidents at a protest. Oh, wait.
Okay, that one counts. That one counts. Executive decision, that one counts. All right, this is an actual conspiracy theory that for some reason we're just going to not talk about. That a CAPTCHA thing to stop DDoSing is now being used by police states to identify dissidents at a protest. Am I the only one that gets... I'm like looking for my tinfoil on that one. Doc, penis. C. Thomas, the communist does not operate under assuming goodwill because they cannot display goodwill themselves, since their religious beliefs do not allow them to be good people or to exist in reality. Yes, that's an absolute fact. God damn, C. Thomas, you're on fire. And then Rosovic, a name I haven't seen in a while, coming in with big number 15 on the Awoo train. Thank you so much.
We promise we don't use it to help a police state identify dissidents at a protest. Oh, wait, whoop.
It's because I set it to half, Timothy.
Hey, like and subscribe to my video. How did that one get in there? What I'm getting at here is that while I firmly believe the web was built by people behaving like communists, it still benefits capital like everything else in our economy. The web...
Because we cannot exist without capital.
Proves, I think, pretty conclusively that people are willing to work altruistically for the greater good of their community. The fact that people will do that in a...
Yeah, and that's not communism. That's not communism when people are willing to work to better themselves and their community. That's just being decent people.
An economic system that actively exploits and punishes them for doing it speaks to a profound sense of charity at the heart of the human spirit.
And she looked at me and she said,
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Sin. I hope all is well with you both.
That was a fucking great one. Luna, question mark. I don't understand. Why the questions?
One that we have been conditioned to ignore. These resources being made free and available to everyone has produced the most profound cultural shift in living memory. It was built on the labor of thousands of unpaid volunteers, and the proceeds are being funneled into the hands of an elite few. There's a
Yes. No.
Name for that particular kind of robbery: capitalism.
So capitalism itself. Now, do we have crooked ass fucking corporatists out there rigging and using capitalism to steal wealth? Absolutely. That's not even a question. Of course we do. But that is not capitalism writ large. The Nazis were socialists. Does that mean all socialists are Nazis? No.
Take something that rightfully and naturally
Yes, communism is when good and capitalism is when bad.
belongs to everybody and enclose it so that you have exclusive use over it. Then you can sell it back to the same people that helped you build it in the first place. We are meant to feel grateful to tech companies like Google or Amazon for bringing these innovations to our doorstep, but the truth is, they didn't build this stuff. We did. They own the infrastructure, but they don't own it rightfully, they just own it legally. By rights, it should belong to everyone.
Yeah, but that's not how reality works. It's just... Okay, by rights, your house now belongs to me. Get out. Well, it belongs to I have the bank deed. No, it's mine. I'm claiming it. Thank you.
Works better when it's in the hands of everyone. Here's the thing I really want to stress, though. It's not just true for the web. It's true for everything. That same process of enclosing and privatizing resources that should belong to everybody occurred with everything in our economy. The web is new, and most of us have watched it develop over our lifetime, so when changes are made, we notice. But at some point, the same process played out for everything from...
Oh, Zach, that's a good fucking point. Your children belong to the community, and it's my turn, right? Fucking awful.
Food, to housing, to entertainment, to public space, to family life. All of those things gradually became ways for a few people to funnel money away from most people. And if we weren't used to it, we would be outraged by it. And I can prove that. Do you believe in net...
Are you going to prove that?
Neutrality? If you know what it is, chances are you probably do. The idea of net neutrality is that ISPs shouldn't be allowed to charge tiered bandwidth speeds for various websites.
Okay, it's already not communist. It's already not.
All information on the internet should be treated the same and doled out in a fair way. Instinctively, when you hear of a goblin like Ajit Pai working for vampires to undermine net neutrality, you understand that that's a bad deal for you. But for some reason, we're all just willing to accept that that's how the rest of the economy should operate.
Yeah, because corporations do not shoulder the cost of stuff. It's not how that works. If something costs more, it gets passed down to people, and nobody wants to spend $50 a fucking month, even though that's what it's coming to. Nobody wants to spend $50 a month on Netflix because an ISP wanted to make more money off of it.
Please like and subscribe to me on YouTube for more.
But communism, guys. I'm not working for likes and subscribes and patrons and all that.
More of this. I have a Patreon. These people gave me money in it. You can do that too.
I have a Patreon too. For some reason, people seem very unhappy with Patreon right now, and I've lost a heavy amount of patrons. And almost all of them say they're unhappy with Patreon, but a good amount of people have joined up on the Streamlabs monthly, and that's fantastic. If you don't know what that is, it's the same thing as Patreon, but through Streamlabs, and you get to use whatever your pledge is. If you go join at like $5, you can drop a shut up once a month to manipulate whatever you want, whether it's the goal, the stream boss, or whatever. You get to drop one dono per month extra on top of anything you already might want to donate.
It would mean a lot to me because I would use it for living. Don't have a job right now.
Shocking. Shocking. Doesn't have a job and puts out... his last video was like He puts out one video a month, doesn't have a job. I'm fucking shocked.
There's other videos you can watch. Also, click around youtube.com. Watch my videos or other people's videos.
With a Patreon that size, I'd say he's doing, and God knows how much money he's making on fucking videos. His last one, 130,000, 200,000. He's doing all right on fucking ad rev, that's for sure.
Probably mine I would prefer, if I'm being honest with you. I would prefer if you watched mine.
Okay, you know what? Fuck it. We'll do 5 minutes of this as a teaser for the next Twitch stream. We'll do 5 minutes of this.
Well, this is another fine pickle I've gotten myself into. I'm unmoored from space and time. Ugh, what a hassle. From my omnipotent perspective, all of
this video is called Hard Work is a Grift.
Events throughout eternity, past, present, future, they're all happening at once in a single infinite instant. I mean, that was bound to happen eventually. I spend a lot of time around radioactive oozes. Eventually, one of them will mutate me into a time god. Still though, what a bummer. I had other things I wanted to do today. I don't want to have to remerge with the timeline. But now I gotta spend the whole day going on some sort of cosmic odyssey just to become a guy again. And that's a lot of work. I don't really like working hard, I think. I mean, I feel like I work pretty hard, but people are always telling me I don't. I can see it all, my entire life laid out before me, from the moment I was born, the several years afterwards where I wasted time learning to walk and talk and read instead of being productive, to every job I have ever worked or ever will work, and all the disappointments and missed opportunities along the way.
What? What?
I can see each wasted second until my inevitable death on January 23rd, 2045. And I am helpless as they fall away one by one. What a pain in the patoot, let me tell you. Boy, these days, you can't even be a time god. Millennials are killing the time god industry. It's December 1994. I'm sitting in my 4th grade classroom being scolded by my teacher for getting a C on yet another math test. She leans
He's bad at math too, another big fucking shocker.
in close to emphasize her point. And I can feel the hot stink of her breath on the side of my face as she says, "You can do better than this. You're just lazy." In Laziness Does Not Exist, Dr. Devin Price argues that what is
I'm sure that person's opinions are very valid.
Seen as
He's trying to be Dr. Manhattan.
Laziness is unfailingly masking some sort of invisible barrier the lazy person is facing. Rather than having some sort of innate defect of character.
No, people are just fucking late. Why can't we just have lazy people anymore? What happened to people just being lazy? Is that not okay?
Character which makes them less willing to try as hard as their peers, so-called lazy people, face challenges which make certain things more difficult for them than it may appear on the surface. Anyone who, for whatever reason, doesn't observe those barriers might get the false impression that those people simply aren't putting in the effort. Indeed, they may not be putting in the effort, but there might be an important reason why they're not putting in the effort.
Yeah, they're lazy. That's the reason. End of video. Thank you.
Thus, such people are written off as lazy, a bad type of person with a bad kind of work ethic. Someone who is incapable of working hard, but also, at the same time, should also be shamed for not working hard, the thing they cannot do. Often people stuck with this label internalize the criticism as shame or guilt, as though they could somehow magically remove the barriers in their way to become more productive.
Yeah, I bust my ass doing this shit. I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 7 streams a week, 5 videos a week on the Sin and Sash channel. I am going to start putting videos back up here, creepypastas, speakeasy videos, and that doesn't count other stuff that I do, like if I do one of the Pinky stories, or if I'm on Golf City, you know, it doesn't count any of that shit. That's called working. Being lazy is just being fucking lazy.
For example, Price tells the story of a student who had a child pass away, then had her home destroyed, who still felt guilty about not being able to hand in her assignments on time.
And also, editing of other stuff, whether I cut down this in Sunday streams, shit like that.
Time. That's how powerfully people feel the shame of being labeled.
Oh, and starting the photography shit. Yeah, no, just lazy.
Lazy. It's August 2021. I'm in a neurologist's office being diagnosed with 2 learning disorders. Turns out my specific brain finds math particularly difficult and also makes it difficult to practice the type of good study habits that would compensate for that natural shortcoming. Lucky me.
Why are you doing that as an adult? If you were born in 83 and 21, you were 38. Is that math? 83 to 23 before. Yeah, no, you're 38 and you're getting diagnosed with math autism. Creepypasta's coming back. If all goes according to plan, I should have one up Friday. If all goes according to plan. This man needs to shut up. Timmy Turner looking motherfucker. I wished a bit too hard for his 2 front teeth. Man's mad his mouth is 98% front. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's not great, but I do my best not to talk about people's teeth. Thank you, Blackout.
I tell you what the odds are on that, but not great at math. It isn't always neurological like it was for me, though it's worth noting that it
What's the point of doing this in your late 30s?
Definitely sometimes is, and that's a big part of it. It could also be an emotional problem, or an economic problem, or a disability, or trauma, or mental illness, or hunger, or being in an abusive home, or addiction. People with these challenges might be working much harder at the same things than their peers.
The communist is bad at math. Crazy. I know, right? Fucking ponderous.
In addition to the work they're putting into solving those problems in and of themselves, but achieving worse results through no fault of their own. So Price asks us to reconsider whether the
Is he about to say laziness is a mental disorder, so we should just be okay with it? I think that's what he's about to get at here.
Drive to become more and more productive is healthy. That we shouldn't try to find ways to overcome our limitations, but rather pay attention to our limitations and work within them. That we should be okay with not getting some things done, with the idea that perhaps we cannot become endlessly productive. And rather than attempting to do so, we should limit the amount of work we are expected to do to be more realistic. And yeah, totally, definitely. Thing is, though, if I ever stop working, me personally, I will die. Not right away, obviously, that would be ridiculous. It's just that if I stop grinding for even a second, I bleed momentum. Like, you know how a shark has to keep swimming or it drowns? It's like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I can take time to myself. I can play a video game or watch a movie or jerk off or whatever. But like everyone else, like you probably, I can't enjoy it because every second I spend not working feels like self-harm. Like I'm pissing away time, and with that time, opportunities that I lack the vision to seize. And little by little, I approach some inevitable horizon of ruin. Please let.
God damn. God damn, that's exactly how the fuck I feel. But I actually, work hard. I don't put out one video a month.
Like and subscribe. It's July of 2022. I'm staring at the Google Doc, writing a script about our attitudes towards hard work. It's been weeks since I've released a video, but I'm having a lot of trouble willing myself to get anything done, and the irony is not lost on me. I love my job. It's something I would do even if it weren't my job, and I know that because I chose to do it.
It sounds like what he's trying to get at here is laziness is worthy of a disability check. I think this is a fantastic. We'll do a couple more minutes. Communists being bad at math or basic economics is like having a newborn infant being illiterate, not shocking at all. Also, being lazy is bad, so let's just make a sea of excuses. Just be honest about not being busy doing anything, for fuck's sake. I mean, that's fair. That's very fair.
Do it.
Thank you, C. Thomas.
Before it was my job. And still, lately, I find myself unable to perform it. I think I spent so long in that Sigma #grind set that I wasn't paying much attention to my mental health or physical health or financial health. But you've heard this story before. It's a cliche at this point, influencer burnout. My personal burnout is not really what this video's about, but it did get me thinking. Influencers, and that's a gross word that I will keep using, sorry, there's no better word for it. They're all gross. Have big, juicy platforms, so when they get stressed and complain to their audiences,
Twitch after? No, Twitch will be in a couple of days. I gotta go. I gotta cook or do something. I'm sure children need to be fed. I don't know if people realize that or not, but children need to be fed a lot.
Thousands or even millions of people will hear about it. If you get burnout working at an office or a hospital or Taco Bell, probably you won't be able to tell thousands of people. And even if you could, it probably...
I mean, Drunkles work in the same grind set, Zach. Drunkles, you think his Sigma grind set's insane? Drunkles' last video was like a year ago.
It wouldn't be a big priority for you to do that, because like, why bother? Now, I don't want to undermine this experience or suggest that because people like me do silly nonsense jobs that burnout isn't a big problem even for people like me. It is, but mostly because that represents the tip of the iceberg. We are feeling the burnout and isolation that everyone is feeling, that you most likely are feeling. Ours gets heard more because our job is to talk about things and be heard doing it. On the surface...
Yeah. You have to be entertaining for that, though. Also, what the fuck is with these two low IQ clowns vomiting essays about absolutely nothing? This is the same guy. This is the exact same guy. Christ, it's like watching a lefty meme. It really fucking is.
Someone who gets paid a six-figure salary to make videos about the top 10 most fuckable kinds of punctuation marks complain about having to work too hard is absurd. You'd think they'd sound like a real asshole to people with actually demanding jobs. You'd think that when they mention feeling stressed and fatigued from doing useless, albeit entertaining nonsense, people would tell them to go fuck themselves. How dare you complain about your dream job when there are thousands of people who would give anything to be in your place, but they don't.
I will still complain about aspects of it that I don't like, even though this is literally my dream job. I still get burnt out. I still feel like I'm doing too much. It's the human condition.
Don't. People are actually really sympathetic to this problem. Unless you're a woman, then no one on the internet will ever be sympathetic to you about anything. But we all feel overworked and tired, and a lot of us feel like the work we do doesn't have a real purpose. So we relate to that, even if the person saying it has a silly...
My purpose is to entertain. That is what I'm trying to do here. This is what I hope I'm achieving. My work has a purpose. It is to entertain. It is to entertain, and if I can make people think a little bit or change an opinion, or have my opinion change, that's even better. The fuck does he mean? Pointless.
Job, and... Look, yeah, I know my audience. So real quick, I am going to count down the top 10 most fuckable punctuation marks, because if I didn't, it would be all over the comments. So let's just get it out of the way. Coming in at number 10, the period. I debated putting this...
What? We're not doing this.
...demonstration or whatever, but come on. This is not...
No.
...business to it. But few take the time to understand it. Number 2, the question gets important. I don't know what it does, but... I can't wait to find out. What do you think? Do you agree with our list? Comment below if there's a particularly sexy punctuation mark you think we missed. And don't forget to subscribe for asks what I do for a living. I'm 22. Punctuation mark you think we missed. What? And don't forget to subscribe for more
I'm not even getting into that. We're just going to pretend that didn't happen.
Videos. It's August of 2022. I'm at the dentist's office. My hygienist asks what I do for a living. I mumble that I make YouTube videos. She asks, what kind of videos? It's hard to explain, is all I say. 52% of people surveyed by Indeed.com self-reported feeling burnt out, and 66%...
Yeah, because it's part of being human. People feel burnt out. What the fuck do you expect?
7% reported that burnout was getting worse over the course of the pandemic. Contrary to received wisdom, employees who worked from home actually worked longer hours and found it more difficult to unplug from work during their off time. Pair that with the social isolation of being trapped in our homes all the dang time and the anxiety of...
This was released the end of last year, so he's still... I'm sure he was a COVID psycho.
Like everything that's happening in the world right now, and...
Don't do that.
I agree. Don't do that. The loads. My sister once asked me, hey, are you even listening? I responded with... Well, that's a weird way to start a conversation. That's pretty good. That's getting tucked in the back pocket, too.
It's not a recipe for sound mental health. We're all being stressed out and exhausted from this seemingly never-ending push to do more and more with the same amount of time. But why is being more productive considered a self-evidently good thing? Don't get me wrong.
Because if you're productive, that means you're doing what you're supposed to do. All right, we're going to cut this off here. I don't want to. We're going to cut this video off, not exactly the stream, but I don't want to. I don't want to take away all of our Thursday fun. Because yeah, you work harder, you get a promotion, you climb the ladder. The world will always need ditch diggers. That's something my aunt used to tell me. The world will always need ditch diggers, which was her way of saying if you don't put effort, if you have bad work ethic, you're gonna just be doing the same shit forever. I could not imagine trying to sell this line of thought to somebody in the late fucking 40s. So you know what? It's actually okay. It's actually okay if you don't want to work.
Shut up! Be quiet!
Actually, not working makes you brave. Like I couldn't imagine. Everyone that works feels burnt out. Everyone has a sad story. Nobody cares. Work harder. That's just a fact. That is just a fact. I couldn't imagine selling this thought process to somebody way back when. It just sounds fucking ridiculous. You know what? It's good, actually. It's good if you don't want to work hard. It's good if you just want to be lazy. Because you know what? That's the communist way. Let's get that horse cock going. And you guys asked specifically for this. Ask and ye shall receive. Because people want... Yeah, I think that's also part of it. Nobody probably wants to work with him.
Cause there is no cock like horse cock. Send your ass over
right now. I can't stop to fix it.
Grab the loop and slam the day away. As I take more cock, horse cock. Shut the door and turn the lock. Is your cock a horse cock? You will never hear me saying nay.
I bust my ass every day, and guess what? I got a promotion offer today. Nice. Congratulations. But, like I said earlier, this is the kind of guy who I guarantee views, like, friendship as emotional labor and will make himself unavailable to a friend if he just isn't in the mood for it. Like, these people view everything, and I literally mean everything, as labor. So working extra hard is just extra labor, and if I don't get my immediate fucking gratitude, if I don't get that instant payoff, I don't want to do it. You have to give me 2 weeks worth of pay today. I'll bet you at some point down the line he has had the argument that that anybody who works at a job should be paid in advance 2 weeks, not after 2 weeks. Like that's the kind of thing I'm thinking. I haven't seen my family for over a month though. Fair enough. But yeah, that's where I think this guy's at. Is literally everything is labor to him. And it's effort, really. And my aunt was right. She died about 6 years ago, but she was exactly right. It's if you have bad work ethic, bad labor, people don't want to work with you, you're an asshole, you're whiny, you're annoying, people just won't want to deal with you, and that's just the way it is. So instead of owning it up, going, I have bad work ethic, people don't like me, people don't want to work with me, he goes, actually, it's better to be lazy. Communism, give me stuff for free. Anyway, that's it. I'm just rambling, guys. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Thank you for an incredible show tonight. Best goddamn audience online. Keep an eye out for the AAA tomorrow, 5:30. And I think I have something to do Thursday evening, but I don't know how long it'll take. So the stream might be during the day Thursday or Thursday in the evening. Keep an eye on my Twitter, and I'll post it on the community tab here, guys. Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening, and I will see you all tomorrow.